Buddhist youth in India have not found it easy to engage with the Dhamma, or even with Dr. Ambedkar and his work, because India is under rapid change at the moment, and there is what we would have called the generation gap in the 1960s and 70s. It's happening very, very fast here. So we found that many of the young people, even the sons and daughters of order members, don't find our usual centres very attractive. So we've tried to find different ways of appealing to people. What we've concentrated on in NNBY is trying to form an organisation that is run by young people, where they have the initiative. And my job as president of NNBY is simply to encourage them.
Namo Buddhaya.
This is my first convention, and I connect to the TBMS also, and I'm a Dhamma Mitra. But you know what happened when I'm in that group discussion, when I'm discussing, the thoughts of the elders and mine are different. So I thought, let's attend this convention, because this convention is focusing on youth, and I'm really very happy to be here.
It's amazing to meet with so many people from so many backgrounds, so many different culture. I met with some people from Orissa, some people from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Means it's like amalgamation of so many people.
My own efforts on the retreats are to give as a lively and clear an exposition of the Dhamma, and as clear a relationship between the Dhamma and Dr. Ambedkar's vision of social transformation, because that's the initial starting point. People come as Buddhists because of the conversion away from Hinduism, because of caste. So if one can engage them with the Dhamma as an experiential method for working with yourself, they're really interested. So that's my job, is to make the connection between their initial starting point and their real interests and concerns. I'm going to find a new way of seeing the world. And he thought deeply about this for many years. In the end, he decided that the Buddha Dhamma was the best way of changing the mind. Many of them really don't know anything about Buddhism at all. So if we can draw them in, and they're initially sympathetic because it's Buddhist and Dr. Ambedkar is the leader, they can be educated, and some of them will pick up a deeper engagement with the Dhamma.
I want to connect with Buddhism, because when I was a child, I don't know what is Buddhist and what is caste and all of that.
When I came here, I just came just for enjoyment and fun. But after 2 days, I realized that there are many more things.
Actually, my family is Buddhist. That's why I'm Buddhist. Otherwise, I am not Buddhist.
I was ashamed of saying that thing, Jai Bhim and all that, in front of everyone. I was ashamed. Because this was not because of me, because the society is not accepting you. If you are telling that you belong to certain caste, then people will not accept you. They'll say, chalo, they'll say in Hindi, chalo, iske saath nahi rehna hai. We don't want to be with this person.
I learned many things from here, and my experience is very good here. I come here from 4 years, and actually I miss this place the whole year, and when I come here, I really enjoy it.
Frankly, that it was not my plan to come here because I am in 10th standard this year, and I want to spend more time on studies. But my uncle, who is a Dhammachari, who convinced me that if you attend this Shibir, and you will get more knowledge about your studies, and it will be helpful in your studies. That's why I come here.
I heard many Dhammacharis before Subhuti, but Subhuti is different from them. He told us about the secret of success. That was so much helpful for us.
I found it's very good and I think whatever I learn about from the Dhammachari Subhuti, it will be helpful in my studies and I will score good marks.
He's like a jolly person, and through the creative ideas or through the day-to-day life or practical things, he teaches the Dhamma.
We had, I think it was 95, what they are called in India, children. By themselves, they call themselves children, under the age of 16. I think the lower limit was supposed to be 6, but I'm pretty sure there was somebody who was 3. And interestingly enough, this started entirely as their initiative. Last year on the NNBY Convention, there were a few older children. At the end of one talk, I had a question and answer session, and one young woman got up very boldly and said, I'm afraid, Subhuti, we very much appreciate you, but we find your talks quite boring. And we find that a lot of the events that take place are not really appropriate to us. So I said, fine, great, I'll support you, but what do you want to do? So they basically have organised their own sort of separate convention parallel to the NNBY one. So they're the Universal Network of Buddhist Children. So we had, I think it was 95 under the age of 16. They insisted that I spent an hour and a half with them every day. They asked me questions, quite good questions actually, just a lot of asking what things are, what they mean. And I told some stories.
So he began to climb up the wall.
और फिर उन्होंने वो दीवार चढ़ना चालू कर दिया.
But this time he didn't go.
लेकिन इस बार वो नीचे नहीं गिरा.
As you know, small kids have very good imagination, and I meditate also. That helps my imagination to develop.
I think meditation is one of the most hard tasks for me, but I am learning it.
I'm not that much confident while talking to others, but since joined this organization, I'm very much confident. I make so much friends.
2 years ago, I have a problem because of confidence in myself. I have a stammering problem. But when I joined this NNBY organization, actually I found such a huge and prosperous atmosphere where I can develop myself.
So I got some sort of energy, some positive energy to work with so many poor people or so many tribal people in India to help them. Whatever things I know, whatever Buddhism philosophy I know, I can explain them. It's my next aim.
First of all, when I'll go home, I'll tell my mom and dad to come again with me. Means in the next camp, I'll bring them also. That they should also learn something from here.